Hey there, lovelies. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be walking you guys through my physical portfolio. Insert the screaming. Yes. Okay, so if you're not already following for all of the model insights about the model lifestyle, what it takes to actually be a model on the business side and on the fun side, definitely make sure you're subscribed to my channel and like this video so I know you want me to make more content just like this. So, quick unboxing, right? I decided to walk my students in Model University through how I actually made my updated model portfolio. I am multi-listed, and I ran into a problem recently of going to a go-see and only having a portfolio from another agency that did not send me to that casting call and go-see. So I decided, hey, why not have a universal port for myself so that no matter who sends me to what, I have something that will show people what I do well, why they should pay me, right? So this is the book. Fun fact, it's actually a wedding portfolio, and all of those little tabs help you to stick the photos in the book. All right, now I went the commercial route to get my photos printed, right? I normally get them done by CVS, but CVS was not having me at the moment, so I had to do Walmart, which is fine, but sometimes Walmart doesn't know what it's doing or why it's doing it, so it's very frustrating, but I got the photos. The portfolio that I have has about 18 to 20 slots in it, so I printed about 18 shots out, right? Here I'm going through all the photos that I got printed and seeing the order I want them in. I'm matching them up to see which ones I actually want in certain layouts. Once I have them kind of aligned with each other to tell a story in the typical book fashion, I can then figure out where I want to put them in order in the book. Now, granted, I had an idea of this already because when I went to order the photos, I had to select the photos I wanted to have printed. So I kind of already know what went with what, but it's different when you see it in person, right? You're holding it in your hands. You could actually see the difference in the quality. Like for these two shots, same photographer, but for whatever reason, the orange only shot was really like distorted. I didn't like the quality of the photo. So I ended up replacing that down the line, but most of the other shots work together. Another big thing that I had to keep in mind is even if a story told a similar, I guess, like vision, if it's done by two different photographers, you got to be careful how you kind of like lay it out to make sure it still tells a story, right? So this is me putting kind of like the finishing touches on everything. So to put the photos in this book, right, they have tabs. So the photo itself is 8 by 10 and the book is 8 by 10. Like that's what the material will hold, right? So you take off the top tab and you stick the corner of the photo on there, and then you take the whole bottom edge of the photo off, right? And then, well, the sticker for the adhesive off, and then you kind of like mat it down like to flesh it onto the actual page so it lays flat, right? Pro, looks very well done, very professionally done. Con, you got one shot. You got one shot to make it work, okay? One shot only. And I found that out a little too late, but you know, you can't tell. The book still looks great. So this is me kind of like going through it a little slowly just to make sure that it tells a story that I wanted to tell. There were some shots that didn't make it once I actually realized that I had missed a page and I put something out of order, so I had to kind of like restructure everything. But overall, it really does tell the story that I'm proud of as far as for like my general work, seeing as how I do commercial fashion and beauty work as a model. So that's like the finished product. I'm now gonna like walk you through the full book experience, and more so why I did what I did when it came to organizing this. So just to take a quick step back, right? I ended up having to print that green photo second, right? I'd made a mistake. I had skipped those pages inside of the book. So when I first put it together, I did my first page, but those two pages were stuck together. So I put down another photo out of order. And it really did mess up the layout of my book, but I just had to figure out a way to still tell the story. And this is something that I teach models when I work with them one-on-one, especially for their portfolio, because you want to tell a story of not just like who you are currently as a model, but who you can be and what you can do well and why people should pay you. So with me doing beauty as a primary thing inside of my career, I want to start off with that, right? I want to show that like beauty as a whole, whether it's editorial, whether it's product based, whether it's commercial, I can tell that story. And that's what I had to end up, crafting in the beginning of the book, since I put my shots out of order. And as we go through the book, like when I take you guys through the rest of the book and like how everything got laid out, you'll see for yourself that there's a story being told of, again, what I do well, why you should pay me, and the markets that I work well in, right? That's another caveat that I work with students one-on-one when I'm teaching them, how to get into modeling as a business and scale consistently paying careers in 90 days with one-on-one help. So if that's something that you're interested in too, I'll leave a link and, we could talk about it and see if we should work together to help you get your career where you'd like it to be. Now, with that being said, after I corrected this blunder, right, and I finally got the hang of applying the actual photos in the book, which I'm super proud of because some of them were crooked, but we're not going to talk about that. And you can't really tell unless you're like looking. And most people really won't do that. They just get the gist of it. So making sure I didn't skip any other pages and that everything was like where it needs to be in this shot. You see me like I'm checking like every single thing. I'm separating them, making sure that it's all good. I had a couple more shots to add after that, but I was just making sure that I didn't miss anything else. Now, here is the final results, everybody. I had to clean up a little bit because my office was looking a little messy, but I will tell you this, it was definitely all worth it in the end. Even this. Even this, okay? But the final result was actually really good and I'm really proud of it. So it's about 20 shots. I started off with a 3/4 shot, strong starting shot. You see my face, you see my hair, you see what we're working with body-wise. Got into my beauty work, the more editorial, and then I got into the commercial side and more product-based, so people understood. And then I went into actual campaign work. This was for a sunglass company, so you can actually see I sell products as well in the fashion space. Then we got into more of the resorts, more on-location things, so people can see, my body and environments, etc. So I do a lot of lifestyle commercial work as well. I stuck in some swim because I do live in a swimwear market. Got some motion inside of that same, environment. Then I got into more cityscape because I do work in, like New York, Chicago as well. I put in my campaign with Ulta just to see the range, and then I ended off with a strong headshot. And that's my portfolio. Definitely make sure you like and subscribe for more. See you guys next week.